The Buccaneers thought they had found a future superstar, but what if his career is already in danger before it even begins? Fans are asking one heartbreaking question: will he rise, or will injuries steal his chance at glory? This is the fear keeping Buccaneers fans up at night. One of the most promising young players on the roster, rookie cornerback Benjamin Morrison, has been battling injury after injury. He was supposed to be part of the future of Tampa Bay's defense, but so far, he's barely been seen in training camp or preseason action. And that silence, it's making the fan base nervous. Because this isn't just any rookie. This is a guy who was built for the big stage. Morrison proved it at Notre Dame, lining up against NFL-level talent week after week, locking down star receivers, and never flinching under the bright lights. He once said, "I opened my first game at 18 years old against Ohio State. I went there a boy and came out a man." That's the kind of mentality Tampa wanted on this roster: fearless, battle-tested, and hungry for the spotlight. But the problem? His shoulder. That injury from 2024 is still hanging over him, and it's the reason he fell out of the first round on draft night. The Bucs took a chance in the second, believing they had stolen a future star if he could just stay healthy. Fans were thrilled. Experts called it one of the biggest steals of the draft. Morrison wasn't just supposed to be good, he was supposed to be great. And yet, here we are. Training camp has come and gone with barely a glimpse of him. Preseason passed in silence. That's why the question is burning in every fan's mind. Is this just a small setback, or the beginning of something worse? The Bucs know the talent is there. The fans know the talent is there. But in the NFL, talent means nothing if you can't stay on the field. And for Benjamin Morrison, this season might be his fight not just for a starting job, but for his future in the league. What do you think, Bucs fans? Will Morrison overcome these injuries and become the star Tampa drafted him to be? Or are we looking at another heartbreaking what-if story? Drop your thoughts below. I want to hear your confidence level. The problem isn't just Benjamin Morrison's past. It's the present. He's not exactly shaking off these injuries. Back in May during minicamp, everything looked promising. Fans saw flashes of what made him such a hyped draft pick. There was even a highlight clip, a beautiful interception that spread across social media, and Buccaneers fans went crazy. For a moment, it felt like Tampa Bay had stolen a future superstar. But then came training camp, and disaster struck. This time, it wasn't his shoulder from college. It was something new, a hamstring injury, a whole different problem, and one that has now lingered through all of camp and preseason. Just when the hype was building, it was crushed. At first, fans were told to be patient. Maybe it was minor. Maybe just a setback. But weeks went by, and every practice report felt the same. Morrison wasn't out there with the team. He was walking, he was watching, but he wasn't practicing. The latest update? He's moving. That's it. Not moving well, not moving badly. Just moving. For fans desperate for good news, that's not much of a reassurance. And Todd Bowles isn't making things clearer. The Bucs' head coach has mastered the art of being vague with the media. He keeps injury updates wrapped up tightly, never giving opponents too much information. And while that's smart from a coaching standpoint, it leaves the fans restless. Right now, all we know is that there's a chance, just a chance, Morrison could return to practice before Week 1 against Atlanta. But there's also a chance he doesn't play at all. And that uncertainty cuts deep, because this isn't just about one rookie missing time. This is about a franchise that desperately needs young playmakers on defense. It's about a fan base that has waited all offseason for Morrison to bring energy, swagger, and lockdown ability to the secondary. Instead, they're left holding their breath, wondering if this story is going to end in triumph or heartbreak. What do you think, Bucs fans? Should the team risk putting Morrison out there in Week 1 if he's not 100%, or should they hold him back until he's fully healthy? Drop your answer below. Risk it or rest him. Benjamin Morrison was supposed to be ready. He came into camp healthy, flying around the field, showing flashes of why Tampa Bay drafted him. Fans saw it with their own eyes, the instincts, the ball skills, the fearlessness. He looked like he belonged. But then came early August, and a hamstring injury that hasn't let go for almost a month. Now, here we are. If Morrison can jump back into practice on Wednesday, there's hope. Maybe not a full workload, but at least a limited role in Week 1 against the Falcons. That's the scenario fans are clinging to. Because let's be real, if Morrison does suit up Sunday, he's not starting. The heavy load will fall to Jacob Parrish, Jamel Dean, and Zion McCollum. Those are the guys who will carry the secondary. Morrison would be more of a situational piece, maybe 10 to 15 snaps, if he's even cleared at all. And that's where the worry sets in. 1 month, one hamstring. For a rookie who already slid in the draft because of past injuries, this feels like deja vu. Fans are asking, is this just bad luck or the start of a long-term problem? The Bucs have learned the hard way not to rush players back. Look at Tristan Wirfs. Look at Chris Godwin. Injuries linger if you push them too fast. The staff knows it. The players know it. And that's why there's a tug of war between excitement and fear when it comes to Morrison. Because make no mistake, the talent is real. The tape shows it. Coaches have seen it. Todd Bowles himself even praised Morrison's ability to step in with the starters and never flinch. That's not normal talk from Bowles, who rarely gives young players that kind of spotlight. The locker room respects him. Veterans like Lavonte David see something in him. That's why this hurts even more. The kid has everything you want in a corner. Vision, anticipation, instincts. He sees plays before they even happen. But here's the brutal truth. None of that matters if he can't get on the field. And the longer this drags on, the more the question grows, are the Bucs going to be fighting Morrison's health issues his entire career? Missing all of camp and all of preseason has already put him behind. Even elite veterans come out rusty when they sit too long. For a rookie trying to break into the NFL, it's even tougher. So now it's a waiting game. Wednesday looms large. Will Morrison finally put the helmet back on and step onto the practice field? Or will fans be left with more questions, more frustration, and more fear that this story is heading down the wrong path? What do you think, Bucs fans? Should the team ease Morrison back slowly, even if it means waiting weeks, or throw him in for week 1 to test his readiness? Comment below, wait it out, or let him play. Here's the truth. Bucs fans, nobody wants to see Benjamin Morrison rush back too soon. Throwing him straight into the fire could hurt both him and the team. That's why, if he does play in week 1, it'll be on a limited basis. And honestly, maybe that's for the best. But the longer he stays sidelined, the louder the questions grow. What will his role really look like this season? Can he stay healthy long enough to become the star we need? The injury report now feels like must-watch TV for Bucs fans. Is Benjamin going to be listed as questionable? Doubtful? Will he finally practice on Wednesday? Every update feels like a clue in this mystery, and it's keeping the fan base on edge. And let's not forget, this isn't just about Morrison. The secondary as a whole has been dealing with injuries. Promising safety J.J. Roberts is already lost for the year. Christian Izien has been battling an oblique issue and has been in and out of practice. He's expected to play Sunday, but nothing is certain until game day. That's why Benjamin's situation is such a big deal. When the Bucs drafted him, fans saw a future shutdown corner. A guy who could finally lock down top receivers, something Tampa Bay has been missing for years. We've seen him do it before on the biggest college stages, holding his own against NFL-level talent. The excitement was real. Right now, though, the depth chart tells a tougher story. Jamaldine is slotted in as the CB1, but let's be honest, he's a solid starter, not a true lockdown guy. Some fans even question whether he's a reliable CB2. Todd Bowles loves him, but doubts remain. That's why everyone has been pinning hopes on Morrison. If he can stay healthy, he has the potential to grow into that corner who changes the defense. But here's the problem. You can't skip camp, skip preseason, and just walk into the NFL without paying a price. He'll be playing catch-up during the regular season, which is brutal. There's no warm-up period. You're lining up against some of the best receivers in the league right away. Thankfully, he'll at least have the chance to sharpen his skills against Mike Evans and Chris Godwin in practice. That kind of competition can only help speed up his development. Still, every fan is holding their breath. The hope is simple, fewer names on the injury list, not more. The dream? Seeing Benjamin finally return to practice on Wednesday. That would be a huge sign that he's on the right track, and it would give this defense a much-needed lift heading into the season. What do you think, Bucs fans? Should the team play it safe and keep Morrison on the bench until he's 100%, or roll the dice and let him get reps right away? Drop your thoughts in the comments. This is one of the biggest decisions of the season.